Good evening, everyone. Welcome to After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, and I be he. I am Shawn Cornelius, your host, and tonight got a fantastic welcome to the first Estrogen Tuesday night show. So we're going to be doing it 2 nights a week. Tuesday night will probably be my estrogen night, where I have a wonderful female guest, and then Thursday I'll have the knuckleheads, the testosterone Thursdays, or I might flip it around. Who knows what's going to happen? But basically, that's what the deal is going to be. So tonight, very first guest, female guest, special guest. She's a publisher. Oh my gosh, she's a singer. She's a songwriter. She's a playwright. She's got so much going on. I want to introduce her right now because she's patiently waiting, and she told me she's hot. So now I don't know if that's because she's hot because of the show or because of her own personal situations, but she is out there. Good evening, Sheba Jordan. How are you?
Good evening, Shawn. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
And I'm
it's
saying hot because it is physically hot in here. I don't want to turn the air on because I think we'll get feedback.
okay. I was kind of trying to take a little bit of the credit for your warmth, but that's okay. I'll just let it ride. I'll let it rock around. All is wonderful. So thank you. I hope you get that temperature right, but we're gonna turn it up anyway. So you might be getting yourself set up for what's going to happen throughout this show. I don't know. I don't know what's going. But I appreciate you joining me tonight. And there will be folks. You already shared it, so there are folks on Facebook. Let's see what's happening over there really quickly. Um, yes, let me. Yes, they are. Their Facebook is set up live. I'll be jumping back and forth periodically to see what's going on, what the conversation is there. So let's
Okay,
get into it.
yeah, well, first, I would like to say thank you again for having me. It's always great to talk to you, Shawn. Whether we're on the phone or whether we're on a talk show, I think you're a great conversationalist, and thank you for. I look forward to whatever we're going to talk about today.
Thank you so much. You know what? This After Dark show. Hello, Tammy, Lisa. Good evening, Nancy, Charlotte Walker, Darla. There are several folks over there. 10 people
Nice,
have joined us.
nice. Thank you.
This
Welcome.
this platform is a very open, judge-free, just a mellow, relaxing type of conversation and energy. And I used to do it by myself. You've seen it, but I thought it would be a little bit more interesting to have a guest periodically come on and talk with me. So we started off last Thursday night with Brother Harvey Morris, and this is the first night again with the estrogen night. So we're just going to kick back and we're going to talk. We're going to talk love. We're going to talk romance. We're going to talk after dark. We're going to talk entertainment. We're going to talk, but it's mainly going to be about you. My ladies that usually pop in over on Facebook, they're a bit for me to handle sometimes, but I handle, I handle my business with them, so they're about maybe 2 seconds behind or 3 seconds behind. So they're filling in over there, but we're just gonna have a great time. I'm looking forward to talking with you.
Okay. Well, it's only going to get worse when it comes to the girl power because, first of all, can I tell you how proud I am of the United States of America? We have our first
Yes,
female VP elect, and
yes,
she's a brown woman.
yes. She is. She's a lot of different shades.
Talk about progress. It's the progress that this country needs. We got it right this time, and I hope that the Biden-Harris administration just continues to make us proud because in this moment, I am a proud woman in this country.
And it should be. I'm very proud as well. I have so many women in my life, from my sisters and my nieces and cousins and things of that sort. And I had a wonderful mom, but I got aunties here. You know what I mean? It is a step. It's a step.
It's a
But like
huge
they
step.
they definitely have to carry it. You know, we
Oh
can't
yeah,
put like
definitely.
all the
We
pressure
fought
on
long and hard for them. I hope that they will. I hope they don't
it.
let us down. I don't anticipate that they will. I mean, I always have I don't think I think of things in a positive way, and so I'm thinking positive, sending them positive energy. I'm still rooting for them, and I hope that they will definitely continue to make us proud.
Well, we definitely all do that, and I mean, I can't. I'm not going. I voted for him, so I'm glad and I'm happy that it went through and everybody did their part, and we can breathe a little bit because the other cat
Yes.
he's still bugging out, but that's okay. He can bug himself out on the way out the door, so
All the way out.
it makes no difference. So let's get into it here. I want the folks to know about you that don't know of you.
Okay.
We met. several years ago, gigging together. You performed with the Legends of Soul band, and then you did some other gigs with me and my band. And so let's start on the music tip and let the people know about you, where you're from, and how your music stuff comes in.
Well, music has been a part of my life forever. I think my first professional gig was when I was 6 years old. But I've
Oh,
been singing since I was two, according to my mom, since I was two, because I don't remember that far back. But she told me that I was singing Stevie Wonder when I was 2 years old, and that just is what it is. So now I am a recording artist. I have some house music out that I'm sure you guys have heard on WBLS or the stations that play house music. One of my records made top 7 in the nation.
sweet!
Song called
Congratulations!
Bottle.
Congratulations! Yes.
Song called Bottle. And that's with New Generation Records. So shout out to New Generation Records for the opportunity. And I still perform live whenever I can. Like December 12th is my next gig. But with this pandemic, everything has been canceled, and it looks like we're spiking again with the pandemic. And so a lot of clubs are doing something differently. Even this December 12th gig, they called me to make some adjustments in the time. So I look forward to more normalcy when it comes to that, being able to perform live. In the meantime, I'm doing these bedroom concerts on Facebook.
Yes,
Catch me
I've been
anytime.
checking you out.
Yeah.
Nice up and said, yep.
It's me in my bedroom, sitting on my bed singing. And then I have an extension of that is my Rock It or Drop It, where I do usually duets with someone. We take a song that's not a duet, we make it a duet, and we ask you guys to rock it or drop it every Friday at 9:30. Again, here on Facebook Live.
Cool. So yeah, everybody tune in and check it out. I've checked it out, and it's fun. Yeah, you just listen. We're doing what we can do as a musician. Myself, we have to do what we can. People are still longing for entertainment. This platform is a great platform for us not to have to travel and run around and bounce, and you can do it right from your home and set yourself up and still entertain folks and have a kind of good time. I do miss the live audiences. I really do, because it's that automatic energy that they give you, and you're right there. But for
Right,
the most part, we have to do what we have to do. One, to keep ourselves safe, and we can still do this thing. We can still do
right.
it. Just
Very true.
be
Very
creative.
true. I mean, I always say that no matter where I am or what I'm doing, I'd rather be on stage, and that still holds true. Right now, I'd rather be on stage, but I
Right.
can't. And I'm trying to get used to what it has become now. I hope I don't have to get used to it forever, because I certainly do miss the stage, because it's a dynamic, it's an interaction like no other. There's no comparison to the live interaction, and so I hope that we can get back to that. We can't let that die.
No, of course not. Of course not. We definitely have to move that along. And speaking of moving along, let's get into. There's some other things we're going to talk about with you, entertainment wise, career wise, but I'll hold some of those for later on, because after dark basically is, you see, I have several platforms where I discuss a lot of things, intimate things, kind of like relationship stuff. But I like to talk with ladies to get their opinions, their advice, their conversations, their stories, their goods, their bads, their uglies, about the love game. I grew up in a household with 5 women, so I learned good lessons watching women and how women do, and I learned a lot. I learned how to appreciate women. But when it gets to this love game now, I've been married and I'm divorced. I've heard a lot of women say, "Oh," and I'm gonna say that. Yeah, let's start there. Oh, there are no more good men out there, or men say, "Oh, there's no good women out there." Let's find out, if you don't mind. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Just kind of just shake your head. Let's start with your status, because this will direct my questions. What is your status, if you don't mind talking about it?
Single. I'm single.
Okay, are you single? Are you singles? You know, dating?
Single,
Going?
single, single, single. I'm single, single, baby, single, and I'm loving it. I mean, I enjoy the single life. I always have too. I've never been the kind of woman that, oh my God, I got to settle down and get married. I just never was that type. If it happens, it happens. But if it does not, then that's okay too, because I love the freedom of just being who I am. I love that. I really do. You have to be able to see that from the way that I live, even on social media. I'm a free person, and to try and cage that up in a relationship is something that I've tried, and occasionally I enjoy it, but I enjoy
Okay.
being single, and I am single, single, single.
All right. Say again, 2 times single. What's up, Steven Strickland? And Tammy says artists have to create. Steve is saying, what's up? Steve is a very
Hi,
talented,
Steven.
yes, from Jersey out that way. He's tuning in. And Carla from Florida. All right, so let's get
Yeah.
to it. What do you like in a man? What's your top three things that if a man has these things, he basically has your attention, your focus.
See, you're about to make me sound shallow, and be that as it may.
Sound like
Um, the first thing that I notice about a man is the way that he looks. I like a good looking man. I
okay.
like tall men, and I like kind men. So those three, if you have those three things, you gotta be able to make me laugh too. You have to be funny, have a sense of humor. Those are the four ingredients that make me interested.
All right. Well, you gave a bonus. That was three, so you went four, no problem. So you said looks, tall, height.
Which part of looks,
You yeah.
right?
The third one,
Kindness,
kindness,
yeah,
and you said
and
you added a bonus,
humor.
humor.
Be funny. Be a little bit funny. Make me laugh.
You mean like comedian funny?
I'm silly. I'm silly. You got to be able to make. I'm half comedian, Shawn.
Well, that counts for the man, but that don't help your situation. You just being funny. But okay, so that's good.
Got to make me laugh.
If you can make the person laugh and they can make you laugh, that's a good thing. That's definitely a good thing. Because I don't like to carry the funny all the time in my situations, in my relationships. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. All right, cool. Single, single, and we got the four things. Give me three things that turn you off.
Ooh, it turned me off. I don't like the opposite of kind. I don't like mean men. If you're a mean person, mean to people, service personnel, mean to the people that you work with, and anyway, if you're mean, I can turn off, totally off. It's like a light switch. It's on 1 minute and off the next. That's a total turn off. Meanness. You
Okay.
said three.
Yes.
I don't like smokers.
Okay.
I don't like smoker breath and smoker. It doesn't matter what it is, cigarettes, weed. I don't like any of that. So although I dated a person who smoked weed, which weed is legal now, Lord have mercy.
Right. Right. It is.
It's legal in New Jersey now. They have to give us some rules and regulations. You just can't tell them it's legal and that's it. Like what are the guidelines?
Listen, like you single, it's legal.
Oh Lord, no, have mercy. We in trouble now. But that goes with drugs, alcohol, all of that. If anybody, I don't like a person who abuses those things. I'm not saying that we drink occasionally. I'm automatically turned off, but don't overdo it. Some
True.
people do it. And what else? And just dislikes, right?
Yes. One
So
more.
I said meanness. I said alcohol, drugs, and alcohol. And you know what? This is going to sound a little bit judgmental, but let me just say it in the positive. I like a smart man. So the opposite of that is a turn off.
Stupid. Listen, it's after dark. You could say stupid. I mean, well, I don't know what your criteria of stupid is. I mean,
You
but
can't
I
be a
get
big
you.
dummy.
You can't be a dummy. I got you. Steve says, shoot your shot, Shawn. Uh, Tammy says free, which I guess he was talking about a positive. A man is free. Let's see. Nancy says he must be a gentleman, funny, mentally healthy. Okay. All right.
Yes.
We will
Yes.
shoot it. All right, cool. That's cool. So we're building your man. We're not building your perfect man, but we're just building your man. Because even if we
Listen,
build
you
and
just
put
build
your
me a
things
sweet
together,
thing. Listen, just build me a sweet thing. That's all.
we're gonna build you a sweet thing. So that means sugar daddy, sugar,
No, not no sugar daddy, but sugar.
just sweet. All right, that's cool. That's wonderful. All right, so those things are cool, and they're the foundation, the basics. Because we got into some deep things last week and weeks before, where people were shooting things out at me. But we're talking about the beginning stages of something where things have to obviously develop. Um, would you say dating has changed over the past years or so? Do you think dating has changed, people have changed, or it's really the same, but it's just you might have changed a little bit?
Well, I mean, the dating. the act can't change, but the people, the way that people perform the act of dating, yes, that's changed dramatically.
In what way?
A
Because
very dramatic change. Well, I think that people are getting together. Many years ago, let's go back to the 70s, because that's where I came up. I'm a 70s.
I don't speak French. Speak for yourself. We, okay, yes,
I
I
am
get
a
it.
70s baby,
All
okay?
right, go ahead,
And in the
70s. Yes.
70s, people were really looking for love. Everybody was in love, or everybody wanted to be in love, and there was an overall sense of love in the 70s, and that's what we based dating on. We based dating on the potential to be in love with this person. Now it's less of that and more of personal gains, whether it's a financial gain, whether it's just a sexual gain. It's not the intangible gain of being in love. It's not
Well,
about that.
let me
So that's
talk to
our
that.
gain.
Do you think or we just seeing it more? Do you think people weren't the same all through some from the 70s? People weren't out for trying to just have sex?
Absolutely not. I think that there was some of that. There was some of that in the 70s, and
Right.
some of that, that will never change. It will always be. But I think that it's more so now. It's changed so that that's mostly what it's about. And you can hear that in the music. The music is even different now. It's all about sex, the music. It's not about love. Most of the new music today is not about love. It's about sex.
Here's something I'm going to throw at you because there was a lot of sexual music back then, but they just knew how to put it across. It wasn't as raw because look at the Ohio players and the songs that they laid out and things like that. We have there are bands now who kind of groups and singers that do, but they
I'm
just
taking
knew
the
how to
jacket off
they
because
just
I'm
knew how
hot.
to put it out there. They weren't just
I
out there.
disagree. I disagree with you that it wasn't as sexual. It was then too.
It was. No, yeah, I'm
There just
saying.
wasn't there just wasn't as much of it. There wasn't as much of it. Now it seems like that's what it's all about.
I don't think we were exposed as much to it,
Oh,
you know,
definitely not because of
because of the upbringing.
censorship. There's no censorship now.
Yeah,
Nothing is censored. So not only us, but our children too.
yeah, and there were things again,
Exposed
the
to.
censorship, and that's a plus. Plus the way that it was again put out there. Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. He's talking about having sex, but he
Right.
said it in a way that was grown, adult, sexy, and respectful, as
Yeah, but
opposed
The
to
equivalent to a Marvin Gaye's "Let's Get It On" today is totally vulgar. They're saying actually what we don't be doing.
yeah, well, yeah. Well,
Put it
that's
here,
what's
put it there, and I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna do that, and she gonna be there with us.
that's what's good about that's good and bad about this generation. They're forward, they let you know what's happening, but the bad thing about them is they're forward, they let you know what's happening. It could be a bit much without no filter, basically no filter.
Right, and
All
that's
right.
necessary.
Well, give me your favorite sexy song, your favorite sexual song of all times. Since you're talking about it's a bit, where we are today, and you're a 70s baby.
Love to love you.
Oh, that's very sexual.
Yeah.
That's very sexual.
If you
With
want to
all
go
and
house.
and don't you sing that song in a set somewhere? Don't you do that live?
Oh, I do. Yeah,
Yes, you do.
and I
Very,
perform it too.
uh, very
It's
good.
a great
Very good.
show.
No, that's a very well put together piece of music, and
Yeah.
very suggestive, of course. Okay, good. Well, mine is again is "Let's Get It On." That's why I brought it up. All time favorite romantic song. But again, you're right. I like to throw monkey wrenches and kind of just throw stuff at folks because I get it. You know what I mean? I've lived through it as well, and I just think there's some things that you can say it a different way, but they don't, and they just put it out there. So okay, so we got "Love to Love You, Baby," and let's get it on. All right. Okay, so now let me see. I'm sorry. Nancy says, I have not changed. The dating is looking for different things and call it love. It's more games. I can't agree with that totally. I understand what she's saying. I just how can you kind of compare it and say it's more games? People were playing games, people have been playing games all through life with love, with relationships, with sex. So it's always there. I
I
just think
agree. I agree. But what she said, the key word there is more. She said more, and I have to agree with her. If you don't, if you, Sean, are you paying attention? Because if you're
listen,
paying attention, you have to know there's more of it. Not that it never was,
how do
but
you how do you know? How do you guys rate that? How do you say there's more games now than it was before? What's your scale? How do you do that?
You just pay attention to what's happening. You see the game. You see the game being played. It's always game, game,
But
game,
see
game.
what you're
Look
saying?
how
You're
many
saying,
people. Look how many people are making relationships last. Relationships have a 2-year lifespan right now, on an average.
oh,
It
oh,
wasn't like that back in the day because people were building these relationships on something real, not just sex, not that this person looks good, although that would good. I mean, in my eyes, because what, beauty is subjective.
no,
It's
I
subjective.
get it. I
It's
totally get it. And I'm not
right.
disagreeing 100%, but I'm just saying, we just
Action.
talked about that. We didn't see everything because things were not as out front for us.
But what we
Now,
did see, Sean, were lasting relationships, and we don't see
right,
that
but that
anymore.
doesn't mean there weren't ones that were just the way you guys are talking about it. That
And there are
doesn't
some
mean
those
that.
now that are lasting. They just stick it together because ain't nothing else to do. Who else to be with?
Okay, so let's talk personally then.
Okay.
We can't talk about people we don't see or people
Okay.
we don't know. And I think one of the things is, let me see, there's a 3 year, it's the most on a relationship, then it dies. That's a personal number though.
It's common. It's a common number right now.
I
Two
see.
sex.
I'm not going to disagree with you guys totally, but again, if you're talking, unless you're doing a study,
And
three might be your number. You might average 3 years. How are you saying the
baby.
average
It's the
person
number.
is
And
3 years?
three is on the high end.
This is exactly what's going on with ladies. This is why when I get
Sean,
these conversations,
Okay, all right, can I ask you a question? I know that you're talking to me, but can I ask you a question?
I don't know. But you go ahead and ask your question.
Listen, I just want to ask you you be personal. I mean, in your last relationship, did it go beyond the 3 years? How long ago was it? I mean, because mine was less than 3 years, my last one.
No,
What about
mine
you?
was less than 3 years as well.
There you go. That's 100% of the people on this conversation right now.
Okay, but we're only 2 people out of millions.
Ask the people on Facebook. Ask them, guys. How
Well,
long?
Nancy already said 3, so I'm thinking her numbers are 3. So people on Facebook,
Okay,
what's your average relationship? How long was it? Your last? Well, we said the last one, not the last one.
The last one.
All right. Well, the last relationship you had, how long did it last? Let's see. Harvey popped in and said relationships are built on trust, respect, and a willingness to stay and work through. Yeah, see, that's a perfect world too, Harvey. We talked about that last week. That sounds really great, but that falls into the situation too of that's the perfect system. And we already know people now, according to these ladies that we're talking to, and I have to agree with certain situations, it's a good thing to hear, but how many people are actually applying that to their situations?
Absolutely.
Like, people go into their relationships with that thought, some of them, and that's the way it's supposed to be. That, according to Sheba and some of the ladies on this panel, in the 70s, that's when all that stuff was going on. But now people just trying to ram bam, thank you, ma'am and Sam, and just keep it moving. But I do agree on a certain level because the patience level of people it's very short with that.
And you know why I think that is?
Why do you think that is?
Because we have so many options. Options.
Truth. I agree. I actually have I wrote something in a short film in Confessions where the gentleman is confessing he was a cheater. And one of the reasons he cheated was because he liked new sex. And he had the option of new sex. He didn't really know what it was about it. It was just something so we're talking about, right, the options. So is that basically the same for ladies?
Yeah, I mean, for the women that are doing it, yes. But, for the most part, I would say that most women of a certain age are not interested as much in that. They want something more solid. They want something more lasting. But those free women, it's like, I got options, so whatever.
And right, because and again, people say when women get older, they're more established and they're more settled. Then they obviously the games and all this other stuff. They don't want to play the games, blah 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 blah, and they know what they want. But sometimes, and as a witness, right here in front of you talking, I've had women just tell me, "Listen, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be tied down. I want to have some fun. Want to hang out, do us. We do what we do, blah blah blah. Straightforward." So again, I'm asking a female, a lady, because I don't get caught up in the things where it's all men or all women. People are people. We all
Exactly.
have basic foundations and basic blueprints, but I think people are people, and women want sex just as much as men,
Absolutely.
and will take it whenever they can get it. But it's just the look of it. Like I can't
I
let
don't.
anybody see, or I can't talk about it that way because it won't. It's not a good reflection on me being a lady.
No, I don't know about the take it where they can get it part. I think that women are safer overall than that.
Okay, okay, but I'm telling you, as a man,
At least I hope. I like to think that. I'm a safe kind of person. I like what I like. And we're not going to get that into all of that, but but I like to be safe too. I don't
well,
just
yeah, I didn't say where you can get it. It has to be the garbage dump outside back. I'm just saying they take when they can get it, and this is what they want. This is what it is. Say it's that's what you tell me in the beginning. Hey, this is what I want in a relationship. I'm not really looking to get to the marriage thing. I've been married, have my kids, da da da. I just want to hang out with someone, have a good time, and enjoy my life. But
yeah.
they're very high sexual,
Yeah, right. The true, true. Yeah. Well, I
so
mean, if that
that
person,
becomes the
I'm
bulk.
that way. And if you're that person that I choose to do that with, then it is what it is. We do what we do.
Yes, we got a common relationships and choices, and so, unless I'm looking for a long-term relationship, and that's a good
That's cute.
place to start. You said it's cute. You
That's
said it's
real
cute. You
cute.
said it's cute like it's a fairy
Good
tale or
luck with
something.
that.
Oh, that's cute. You can take that to bed and drink some tea on that.
You know what I think the issue is though with relationships for real, for real, for real. I'm all jokes aside because I'm cracking up over here and I'm laughing, I'm saying this and I'm saying that, but the honest truth of it all is this. You have people who get into these relationships, they want these relationships, and they have all these expectations for their partner, expectations that really shouldn't be placed on anybody. It's there's an old adage to live and let live, and you have to do that. If you want your situation to last, nothing lasts forever, first of all. So that's why I live in the moment. Me, I'm a live in the moment type of person. I enjoy each moment so that I can get the maximum enjoyment of whatever I'm doing. But when you put these expectations on people in these relationships, they'll try and meet them, they'll do their best. But when they fall short, you want to make them feel like the worst person in the world about it. Whereas you shouldn't put that expectation on the person to begin with. But people be who they are. You be who you are and just come together and enjoy each other.
What's the longest time you've been in a relationship? How long? What was the longest time frame?
7 years.
Was it a marriage or was it just a relationship?
It was a relationship. I wanted it to be a marriage. It was the only relationship that I really wish that I could still be in.
So in 7 years, for people
It
that
was 20 years ago, and he was the absolute best. He was the best. He made me feel wonderful. He made people respect us in our relationship. He did all the things that were right. He was handsome. He was tall. He was athletic. He was everything that I wanted. But he started using drugs, and I don't know how to deal with that. I don't know how to help a person get over that. I think that once you choose drugs, that's it.
right,
I lost to drugs.
right, and that whole thing is the person has to want to get themselves right. You really can't do that for somebody.
Yeah, you can. And a lot of people criticize me because I left, and I didn't even try to, be the rehab consultant. I just knew that it wasn't my area. It wasn't something that I could really handle. So I walked away from it. I didn't want to, but I had to. I
Well,
had to.
I mean, it sounds like you were basically again you were honest with yourself. It wasn't something that you could do, but I
Yeah.
think that falls down to not to kind of being. I talked about this as well. It comes to a little bit of not negatively selfish, because when we make choices in our lives for ourselves, and the surrounding, you're being selfish, but you have to have you first. I was always told that being my dad always told me, my father was like, listen, there's nothing wrong with being selfish. Selfishness is self-preservation. It just depends on how you're treating people. Because if you don't have yourself together, how are you going to help somebody else? And if that situation is kind of tough, if that person don't have it together, you can't help with that. Neither one of y'all in a good boat.
I mean, yeah, because what he did was selfish too. He made a personal selfish choice, and we were happy. I'm like, what the?
Right, right.
We happy. Why are you doing this?
Let me go back to Facebook. I don't know what this thing is doing over there, but it says Nancy says, in my case, I'm straightforward and what I want and looking for in a relationship, but then I'll be straightforward. because they say they want the same thing that I'm looking for, and at the end, it was nothing close to it.
Right. Yeah. Some people, they say what they need to say in the moment to get what they want to get, and then it just goes haywire from there. But honestly, that's what happened with the relationship that I'm telling you about. When we first got together, he was an athlete, and a lot of people were all over him. And he approached me, and I said, "Well, what do you want? Do you want a relationship, or you just want to want to have sex?" And he was like, "No, I want a relationship." I said, "Oh, yeah, right, okay, whatever, whatever."
Right.
And after a while in that conversation, he said, "Okay, I just want to do that, right?" So I was like, "Fine, let's do it." And a few months in, he was like, "I want to do that anymore. I want to be together." I said, "I want you exclusively. No more of that." And I said, "Okay, fine." What he didn't know is that he already had me exclusively.
Well, check this out. See, for great first half. Going to take a quick one, and I need you to tell the folks your social media information so they can catch you. Sometimes I do half-hour shows. This is not one of those shows, so we're going to do this real quick, take a break, but let them know exactly where they can contact you, catch you on Facebook, Instagram, and or other.
Yes, I all social media. I am at Sheba Jordan, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I do Facebook mostly because I'm a woman of a certain age. I don't know how to tweet that much or IG that much, but Facebook at Sheba Jordan.
All right, cool. So we're going to do this real quick, and we're like in the, we're going to take a quick break, coming right back with more Sheba Jordan. And we're going to get into some other stuff. I'm going to make sure we do your business stuff because I heard that you're a publisher and you're doing all kind of stuff with publishers. So we come back, we'll do some of that, but we're going to get a little deeper with some other things. And I can you had me sweating for a minute with some of
I
these.
had to take my jacket off. I was too hot.
So we'll be right back with more After Dark with Shawn Cornelius.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're back, still hanging out, still sweating, hot. Me and Sheba Jordan. I don't know if it's just us. It could be the combination of what we do, who we are, how we are, or it could just be that it's kind of warm. And I got this ring light sitting right by my face, so they don't give off with so much heat. But this is going very well. We still got people over on Facebook hanging out. And again, I thank you for hanging out with me. Let's get into some of your work, and then we'll get back to the sexy stuff. I know you as a singer. I know you as a songwriter. I know you as a playwright. And I know of a little bit when you were on Enough is Enough. Then you started to talk about a publisher. You have a publishing company or you're a publisher. Let's get into that. What's it called? What are you doing if that's what you do?
Yes, the name of the company is Wright Publishers Corporation. And so far I've published 3 stage plays and the self-help book. It's a self-help book called Words in the Key of Life, Designed to Inspire Greatness. Let me just show it to you. I have a copy of it right here.
You just happen to have it handy.
I just happen to have it handy, Shawn. So this is a book that I wrote to assist people in their pursuit of emotional contentment, baby. Everybody wants to be happy. We want to feel good, and that's what this book is about. It's a bunch of techniques in there that will help you be happy, because there's a lot going on with this pandemic. With the pandemic, regular life still happens. And we have to deal with, the issues that come with that. So no matter who you are, or what's your status in life, there's something in this book for you. Words in the Key of Life, Designed to Inspire Greatness. You know what? I gotta tell you something, Shawn. I remember when I first started publishing, right? I went to this house to home networking event. It was a networking event where people were going to meet each other and do business with each other. And this gentleman approached me. His name was Sakiah Walker. I will never forget this. Okay. He said to me, "Hi, I'm Sakiah Walker, and there's a lot of realtors here, but I'm looking for a publisher. Do you know a publisher?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm a publisher." And he said, "Great. I'm working on a book with Kanye West, and we're looking for a publisher. Here's my card. Give me a call." So conversation went on a little bit, and after, he walked away, I'm going, right, Kanye West needs a publisher, whatever. So about maybe 20 days, 30 days later, I saw his card. I found his card and I gave him a call. I said, "Hi, Skywalker, Sheba Jordan here. How you doing? We met at this event and you told me you were looking for a publisher." He said, "Oh yeah, I remember you. Call my manager." Gave me his manager's number. Called the manager. He never talked to me. He never reached out to me. Fast forward about another month later, I'm sitting in the car with my brother, right? I'm driving him somewhere. And out of nowhere, real cavalier, he says, Sheba, did you see Kanye West's new book? So automatically my eyes are wide, right?
Right, right.
I said, no, Kanye West's new book? He said, yeah, I have it right here. It's called Thank You and You're Welcome. It is my constant reminder of this thing that my mother always said to me. She always says this: know the company you're in and never underestimate anyone. I will never
True.
do that again. It was a blown opportunity, a book that I easily could have published.
Right, right. And when we do that sometimes,
Yeah, we do.
we do that, and blessed that you learned that lesson, moving forward. So,
I'll
but
never forget it.
yeah, no, that's an awesome situation. Now, is it just one book you have?
So this is the only book that I published. Yes, it's the only book that I published. Again, then there are the plays that I published, and right now we're casting for my most recent play called The Letter, and we're doing virtual auditions. We're going to do virtual rehearsals. But when the show goes up on January 18th, it's MLK Day on January 18th, 2021. We will do it a in a facility,
Right.
and put at a lounge, and we're going to be recording it for live streaming. So I'm looking forward to that. The play is called The Letter, and it's loosely based on a true story of my life. And I don't want to tell you much more than that because y'all won't judge me.
I was going to ask whose life. Okay.
Y'all won't judge me.
But remember, judge free zone right here.
Yeah, right. That's what you say. I ain't hear nobody else saying that.
You ain't hear nobody else. Period. But anyway,
No,
tell me,
you
y'all.
know
Tell
what?
me. So listen, what?
Here's the thing. Everything that I write, no matter what I write, there's a story. There's an inspirational story in it. You learn a lesson, and at the end of the day, this is not the first time I produced this show. At the end of the day, people come to me and they say, I can relate to that. And I appreciate the message. I am going through that and I'm going to change my situation, things like that. It was a situation where in my 20s, there was this gentleman who, he was a married man and he approached me for years to just take me out to dinner. And I always go, no, I can't, no, I can't, no, I can't, no, I can't. But I got pregnant and my relationship at the time ended and he was there for me. And I ended up dating him. And I also ended up letting him go. And that's what the story is about. The story, it really tells that whole story, how it went down. I embellish a little bit to protect the innocent, but
Of course.
but it's the story. It's the story that I wrote about that particular scenario in my life, because it's a lesson. It's a lesson that I learned and that others, men and women, can learn from.
Right. Cool. Well, we'll definitely look for that. Now, where can I get that?
Well, that's going to go up on January 18th.
The book.
We're going to live stream it next year.
This book that you have in your hand.
Oh, this book. You know what? Listen, if anybody wants this book, inbox me and I'll send you a free copy.
There you
I'll
go.
send you a free copy. The book is on sale for $5 and proceeds do benefit the American Cancer Society. So if you want to contribute to ACS, that's great. If you don't and you'd like to have a free e-copy, I can do that for you as well.
Good deal. Good deal. No, appreciate that. I want to give the opportunity to people out there that are watching. If you'd like to ask Sheba Jordan a question, please throw your questions up and we'll get them in. And I want to just read this one more post. Nancy says, the guys were only into my looks, how beautiful I was, and lied about the things we had in common. So when I dated them, it was a different story. They didn't want to do anything, only to be at home like a couch potato. I'm a pioneer woman. I love doing things out in the country, etc. I'll tell you about Nancy really fast. She's a fantastic graphic artist. Her name is Nancy Robles. You should check her out. But Nancy she puts her feelings out in her graphic arts. So I won't tell you, but I'll let you go to her page and you'll see Nancy's emotions and things. She's got a really great story I helped her with. I'll probably have her on the show one night as well, because she does a lot of talking on this. But if I try to get her on this Zoom, I don't know how much talking she's going to do. But I'm going to get her because she has a fantastic story that I helped her with. I won't reveal it, but I'm gonna get her on here. But listen. So let's get into the act of physical. What turns?
What is your question? What are you saying? What?
What turn? I want to make sure I say it slow enough so everybody understands. So there's no stuttering, no nothing. Because we got to get into, because physical is a wonderful part of the relationship. what percentage of sex in a relationship, maybe a past one or something you might be thinking about in the future, how high is your percentage? Does it matter? Your physical connection and your sexual connection and your sexuality.
I don't know. I don't like this question. About how high is the percentage? I don't know. How am I going to gauge the percentage, Sean? I don't know. But I like sex.
Well, look, you knew a number of years when you wasn't being with people. You know a number of years.
It's a high percentage. It's about it's a high percentage. I like it a lot.
I'll throw you a lifeline, but
for 2 years now. Let's not talk too much about it.
Okay, so 2 years. So 2 years you've been without.
Yeah.
Okay, I know some women who would say that they've gone that time frame and longer and things. I'm hoping people that aren't with people, living with people, are at least gone 8 months this year without during this
with COVID now. Look, it might have to be virtual now. I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
There you go. See, now you talk about I was starting stuff and citing things. I'm a fan of.
Look, don't y'all be in my inbox trying to show me stuff now.
It's gonna happen.
I was kidding about.
I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna happen, because there's people that are scrolling past this thing that haven't chimed in, so they're looking. They scroll past it. Here you go. Yeah, virtual sex, and that's gonna be it. You did that, not me.
I was joking.
No, you're not. Every joke.
I really am.
Every joke. I'm a comedian. Every joke has a foundation of truth to it. I don't know what part that one, but yeah. I mean, listen, you got to be creative. If you're with someone now, or even if you're not with someone now, listen, we've all had audio voice pillow talk, haven't we? It's just me and you. It's just me and you on here, but everybody else. We've all had pillow talk at some. No, I got to be very honest, because in my lifetime, I do radio and stuff. And I would hear women say to me, "Hey, your voice, blah 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 blah." So I've had my share of that.
It's true. You have a nice voice.
Thank you. I've had my share of that, and I've had women who would just call me. I had either dated them or was with them or we would do whatever, and that's what it would be. We couldn't be together. They call pillow, and worse than men, get their little thing and fall right to sleep. And I'm like, "Hello, hello," and at least I did my job. So
it had to cool down in here, Sean. It had to cool down.
After dark, I think it's important. I think it's like someone asked me the question from myself. I won't throw you under the bus by yourself. I think there's days that it's 100% important. There's days where it's 1%. It's needed. It's necessary. So now, as I've gotten older, it's not a priority. I'm still a horn dog, but I'm not as much of a horn dog as I used to be, because
that means that you're
I have a high. I'm a romantic.
Right.
I enjoy physicalness. I enjoy romantic energy. It feels good.
It
feels nice to have that kind of energy. So for me, again, what you're saying, listen, you got to at least try once, whatever the situation.
We going back to the virtual thing?
That's not where I was going. I was just trying. I was saying period. But yes, virtual phone sex, games, toys. I've
never done toys before. That's weird to me. I'm sorry. I'm not judging folks. I'm just saying, to me, it's weird.
You said to you. So you never role play. You never role play. You never role play.
I didn't say that. I just said
that's a game. That's kind of like
toys. I didn't say games. I like toys.
So get some toys connected to the game. All right. So never candles, no handcuffs, no whips.
No, I'm not doing handcuffs and I'm not doing whips. That's out.
Okay, that's honest. Anybody else out there want to reveal some stuff? Just feel free, because they will.
No, I don't trust that. I don't trust people that much to put me in no handcuffs.
And that's a very important point. You have to trust a person to have your hands.
Nobody that much.
I don't care who you are.
Somebody, I had a guy that I was dating. He brought some handcuffs in the bedroom. I said, "You can put those back in the guy, but that's not happening."
Okay, so
then we had fun, just not with the handcuffs.
If that's what you're saying, like, I got to take notes. No handcuffs. No candles. What are some things that are enjoyable? I mean, don't tell me obviously your secrets, but things. One thing that you can kind of let out that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be extra detail.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I enjoy that I could tell you about. Like I like kissing.
So then your man, your mate, man, or whomever has to have nice lips and know how to use them.
Absolutely.
That's something else we can put on your list.
Put that on my list.
Okay. Kissing is a turn on.
Yeah, it really is.
I'm gonna stop taking notes. Okay.
I'm pretty good at it too.
You
Just
said you're
saying.
good at it?
Yeah, I'm very good at it.
Okay. All right. There you go, folks. That's what it is. Give you that. Yeah. Oh, so no, keeping that stuff a secret. Anyway, whatever.
What happened?
Whatever. No, she said she was cute when we're talking about our, sexual
Right,
things.
right, right, right,
Like,
right.
oh, LOL, keeping that a secret. Whatever. I'll ask you after the show. So, but on the real, on relationships, what do you think is the formula for a successful relationship?
Well, that's what I was saying earlier, and I didn't know you were going to ask me that question, but I would have held it. But I think that you just have to allow people to be who they are. Never mind all these expectations. You can't go in with that. Go in expecting to be a good person to this person, and that being reciprocated. But all the other um, impossible, or not impossible, but just ridiculous expectations that we put on each other needs to go away.
And
You have to allow people to be who they are.
that's
You have to come being who you are. The representative, gotta get rid of that. Because you fall in love with the representative and you're in love with this representative for as long as the representative is there. And then once that representative is tired of representing, you get to see the real person. And it's like, well, damn, I don't like that. Or this is not what I'm used to from you, and that's where all the problems, start to unravel. You gotta be you and allow people to be who they are.
all right. So for the gentlemen that are out there who now know that you're single 2 times, and there's some of the things that you're looking for in a mate.
So I'm not looking for a mate. I I would like to have a friend, someone who, we can just spend time and enjoy each other whenever we feel like
All
it.
right, I won't throw that on you because I just think people. I mean, maybe looking was. I I think we all at some point, somewhere are looking or searching. Whether you're not out there physically looking, but if you're single, you say you're happy, which is fine. But you'd like to be involved with someone.
Before my last relationship, I was single for nearly 10 years. I love being single. I tried it because, we were both single. It was like, we both had a lot of the similar interests and we did it, and it was beautiful for as long as it was. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I didn't enjoy, I live in the moment. So I got the maximum out of my last relationship. But nothing is forever. All relationships come to an end. I'm not looking for that. I just want to have a nice time with somebody. That's it.
But do you? Well, I guess you do honestly believe that. Again,
Plus, I'm busy. I'm a very busy person. Even in the pandemic, I'm very busy. I don't have time to really devote to, this person's emotional needs. I don't have time for that.
see, but that's what I was getting ready to say. I mean, what for the people watching, or the gentleman watching, or whomever, what do you bring to the table, and what can you not bring to the table, as far as what your search is, as far as the situation, because like you just said, you want to have certain things, but you can't do certain things. So you really don't want to be in a relationship, but you do, because you want this, but you want that, but you don't want to call it a relationship because. See, that's what the hell is so confusing about you women when some men are trying to talk and have some conversation. What the hell? Who should I listen to? Should I listen to the first half person?
You don't need to listen to me because listen, I'm telling you this straight up. I'm bringing one thing. That's it. And that's all I
want. Okay, so no reading between the lines. What are you bringing?
I just told you, Shawn, I just need me a sweet thing. That's it.
Okay, but listen, it ain't just me that's listening to you. There's people out there who don't have common sense. You don't want those stupid people, but there's people that missed this that just jumped on. So you got to say it again.
Tall, handsome, smart, funny, sweet thing. That's it.
Well, what's tall to you? Because you're what?
I'm tall. I'm 5'10".
Okay, so tall would be in the 6s.
2 or better.
6'2" or better.
Yeah.
Okay, and people don't wear platform shoes.
Here's the thing. I've dated, you know, that's my preference, but I've dated guys that are shorter than me and they were pretty nice. So that's just my preference, but if
Right,
you
but
have,
so it doesn't
uh,
because he could have more of one thing than the other, and it would work out. So he may not
mhm,
be tall, but he might be a
mhm.
real sweet. That's not where I was going, but
No,
because
I'm just saying
I
you're
don't talk
right.
about those things on me. So I knew exactly what that was about.
No, you don't. I was just being funny. I'm just saying you're right. I'm just
Any
agreeing with you.
right. So that's what I'm saying. So give me a really quick rundown about a few things because we asked about the things you want in a person. Like, what if someone's sitting across from you and say, "Well, what's your benefits? What are your characteristics that will help our situation? What do you offer?"
I'm all the things. I'm all those things as well. I mean, I'm a kind person, overly kind. Some people sometimes, I'm nice tea though. I'm nice tea, and I'm real nice, but I get nasty too when I need to.
And do we mean
Wrong
nasty
with that.
in
And you need that
several?
balance. You have to have that balance,
So we're
especially.
talking about nice in some ways and nasty in ways and other ways.
Yeah, like don't play games with me because I'm gonna call you on it immediately.
Oh, you're
Right?
saying don't play games.
Right, don't do that. Don't do that. Just be honest with me. I need honesty. I need honesty.
No. Don't go to other people. We're talking about you. We're talking about
Okay, I'm an
you.
honest person. I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just explaining the nicety part. That's what I'm saying. You're
Oh,
just
okay.
honest with me.
Yeah.
You're gonna meet the nicety side.
Stay focused. Stay focused on you.
Okay, fine. So I'm a beautiful, honest woman who likes to laugh, and I'm half comedian, and I love music, and I feel like I'm auditioning, and I'm not interested in that.
No. I mean, you don't have to go into the like six, seven, eight, nine, tens. That's cool. That's cool. No, it's a thing of to again people communication. We always say communication is important, and
Right,
you
definitely.
might hear
But
something.
you have to speak the truth. People can communicate and they're excellent communicators, but they're not always honest. So you believe in all the lies they're telling you because they're sweet lies, right? And they're
Yeah,
communicating what?
been there, done that, been a
They're
part of it.
communicating because they're great communicators, but they're communicating lies, and that's the issue for in a lot of relationships.
All right. So within the next 6 months, as far as love is concerned, you're not afraid of love, right?
I'm not afraid of love.
Okay. In the
I think
next
it played out
say
like 15 years ago, but I'm not afraid of it.
say a perfect. You have a genie. I'm a genie in a bottle, but I got a little. It's a ghetto bottle, so you only get one wish.
Oh
So I
God.
come out and it's a wish about love and relationships. Next 6 months, here I am, poof. What do you desire, my queen, for your relationship or love situation for the next 6 months?
Somebody who, damn, I should probably really think about that. Like, you gotta give me some time to think about that shit and come back and be like, okay, here, Mr. Genie, here's what I like. But
Well, we only got
because I
six. We
can't
only
do
got
that, I
six.
have to
We
tell
only
you
got
right
six
now.
minutes, so I can't come back.
6 minutes, Lord have us mercy. Okay, so, so I already said that. I want me a tall, dark, handsome man who understands that you gotta live and let live. You gotta allow me to be who I am and come with honesty and a kind heart and good sex.
Why did you whisper that one? Because you
Because I feel bad saying that, what I'm
no,
saying?
you don't. No,
Everybody,
you
I
don't.
cannot believe, listen, I can't believe you have me talking like this on your show, but I said that I would be honest.
See
And so
there?
I am.
My
But,
fault.
Lord
All
have
you
mercy.
have to do is say Fifth Amendment. Fifth
Oh, you
Amendment.
tell me that now.
You could have said that in the beginning. But anyway, but these are not even the real rough
Yeah,
questions.
I didn't even really it wasn't that graphic. I'm
These are no, I don't get that way. This show is not about that the crazy. It's just about having nice conversation, educational conversation, fun conversation, and real conversation. So I don't push anybody to talk about things they don't want to talk about. But I just think also I get things from people over here on Facebook. So it's not just me. I'm getting stuff that people want to know.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you go back and
I've
look at
got
the
my
show.
Facebook up.
Yeah, so you got people's interest. There's going to be somebody in your inbox because you told them about the virtual conversation. So some, I don't know who.
We're always in the inbox being
All,
inappropriate.
all I'm saying is I hope my Wi-Fi stays good all night tonight. And I don't know who is going to be in there. Sheba, really quickly. Do you have any new releases, any music coming out, anything on that level that people can look for?
Well, I got to tell you, um, I'm working with an amazing A-list producer right now on some music that I'm not talking about. I haven't told. This is the first I've said anything about it to anyone, and I'm not going to talk much about it either. But I'm working with some top producers on some music that hopefully I'll have some. I'll be a top liner soon, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm working on new music. Yes, I am. It's
Okay,
very,
all right.
very new though. Very new.
All right, so you're working on some new
And
stuff.
it's not me either. It's not for me to sing. We're putting music out there for other, you know, acts.
Okay,
And that's all,
and
that's all I can say right
don't you
now.
have a performance? I'm sorry, don't you have a performance coming up soon?
December 12th, I'll be at a place in Totowa, New Jersey called Uncorked. It's a winery and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful place. We'll be outside. I might be on the inside, but everybody will be outside. We'll have the speakers, and it's a glass. You can see the performance, and you can hear it from the outside. But that's what entertainment is now.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
all the way over there, and we're all the way over here, and I hate it. I love it because I get to do what I love to do, but I hate it because I can't walk into the audience and interact with people. I don't like that.
cool. Well,
But I
listen,
still give it my best. I give
you have
100% of
to.
myself. You get a great show. You get a great show. But just like me, I'm sure you want that intimacy.
Right, right. All right. So listen, we are really winding down on time. So can you take a minute and just give a message out to the folks that are watching? I don't I don't tell people what to say or what top to whatever you'd like to tell folks in a minute.
Okay, so I don't even need a whole minute. And this is always my message because you have, especially for young people who are out there trying to achieve something great, never allow anyone to tell you that you can't do something you imagine to do. It could be something musical, something that producers are not used to. I'm not used to making this kind of change in music, so you can't do that. Never allow anybody to put you in a box because if you can think of it, if the mind can conceive it, you can achieve it. You really, really can. So whatever it is that you are thinking that you want to do, and it's something great and it's something good and positive, do it. That's what I'm saying.
Beautiful. Yeah, I appreciate that. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and coming out tonight and being on After Dark. You are the first, again, the historic first estrogen guest on a Tuesday night estrogen show.
It was fun.
And I
Thank
think
you. Thank
you
you
did
for
awesome. You didn't hold back too much, but it's been good. So, you folks over here on Facebook, I see Darla and Nancy and Yoshi, Stephanie, and I also see Denise. And I don't know who else. I think Harvey's still here. I think Anita
everybody.
settled in
Thank you so
Charlotte.
much, guys.
So
This
I
weekend.
definitely appreciate you guys hanging out tonight
Yes.
with Sheba and I. And coming up on some of the next episodes, I've got some things. I'm actually a young lady calls herself the Punani poet. Uh, so I think I'm going to get her in here next week. But I got a lot of guys coming up for this. I like this format. I'm really comfortable. I think this is going to be really cool. And I appreciate you again coming through. So if you'd like to watch it again, I'm going to leave it up tonight. You can check it out. Please share it. Please share it. After we get off, please share it to your page or your friends and all that. And then I'm going to take it down tomorrow, edit it, and put it on my YouTube so it'll be a show and possibly get it on BronxNet. This has really been fun. Thank you so much, Stephen. I hope as this continues to go, you come back when that music is out there and when the play is out there and when things are out there. You're always welcome
Thank
here.
you. It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. God bless. Continue. As I always say in parting, please go with God in your heart, guys. Have a peace of mind. Have a wonderful, wonderful tomorrow. I'm the romantic funny man, Shawn Cornelius. This is After Dark with Shawn Cornelius, and I catch you around the corner. Peace.